sixth episode of a Northern Raiders playthrough. We are currently playing on Veteran Iron Man, and our band is the Band of the Faceless. This is the second attempt in these 6 episodes. This is right around the point where I got a little overconfident in the first episode and killed our band in the sands of the South. That also happens to be where we are now in Hakim Al Ramal. There are 9 of us. There is only one of the initial 3 barbarians that made up our party. We have lost 2 along the way. We've had some success and have a few leveled up characters that are along with us, and have been working on giving some greater experience to our backline as basically pikeman type support. And we've had a lot of success with our monk, who was also part of the original party, Elf Gear, and has proven to be an uncommonly good javelin thrower. Has been responsible for a fair share of the kills in our party. We are also playing on a map that has been unexplored except for where we have been. And we started up near Vistad, being the Northern Raiders. We still have 2 of the Northern Kingdoms that aren't very happy with us, and a number of towns that are also not the greatest of fans. One of the few towns that we do have was Wolkenstein, which we failed on a caravan quest because it took us up through, I believe, Eisengrab. No, it was maybe Weissenfels, and we got assaulted by far more company strength than we were ready to put up with. Really, at this point, I think our goal is to get back to the north, since our current task is to get to friendly relations with a civilian faction. Our probably best chance for that will be either Brunenland or Wolkenstein, unless we find any other towns from the House of Goswin that we can try to ally with. And I also don't want to spend too much time in the south because I think it's still rather dangerous for us. Hakim Al Ramal has public executions ongoing, is otherwise bereft of any quests or contracts that we could undertake. And our intention right now, I think, is to go to the arena, and there should be an opportunity for one more fight there, and to try to garner some additional cash, provision up, move north, maybe hire 1 or 2 other folks, perhaps Slinger, perhaps Tawid, the caravan hand. I don't think we'll have enough money to do much else. We've had some good luck with the day tailors that we took on so far. But I think first up, we are going to take a look at the arena, see what it holds today. Dozens of men mingle about the arena's entrance. Some stand stoically, not wishing to give any hint of their capabilities. Others, however, boast and brag with aplomb, either sincerely confident in their martial skills or hoping their bravado masks any holes in their game. A grizzled man, the master of the arena, holds up a scroll and taps it with a hook for a hand. This is not a fig tree, it's a spider. The alchemists, bless their learned hearts, call them the webnecks, which is a silly northern name. In truth, they're spiders. Unfortunately for you, a boot will not be sufficient this time, around for 4 of them. He points to some strange-looking collars and continues, When you're ready, put these on 3 men who'll do the fighting. This lets us know who to take into the pits. Anyone not wearing these will not be allowed in. Not you, not the visor, dare I say, even the gilder may be turned down. So 4 web necks. I think we should be sufficiently capable. So we're going to take them on. We'll get 600 crowns for the victory. $600. I think we should be capable. So we're going to accept that. Take a look at our crew. Now we do have our 3 highest level guys who have been in the arena once before now. And we have several lower level guys who've been with the company just a generally shorter amount of time. I think it's going to make sense to send in the 3 senior guys. Really what we're going to try. Thank you, Homes by Jackie. Appreciate the feedback. I kind of played around with it. I got a new light, so trying to see how best to set it up depending upon the time of day. It has quite a bit of tinkering to it. So because we're going after web necks, I think we're going to put our swords on our belts and give 2 of our guys spears. And we're going to give the 3rd his arming sword. We're going to try to get him to work the center. So it will be Balon, Carl, and Hagar. We could potentially bring some javelins into the mix. But we don't have quick hands, so what I think I want to try to do here is spear wall and then use Hugger to fight off anybody that breaks the spear wall, and then be able to switch these guys out to swords should they need to fight. The sword's kind of beat. We could switch it over to the short sword that we have with us. Doesn't really sacrifice much, but I don't think we'll break it either. So we're going to go with this. See if our 3 most senior guys can survive the arena. Cleaners hurry about the arena. They drag away bodies, collect what's worth collecting, and occasionally throw a trophy into the crowds, eliciting a mob-like rendition of the area's battles in the stands themselves. The Band of the Faceless is now part of this affair. Let's give the crowd something to cheer for. So we have 4 web necks moving towards us. What we're going to do is we're going to drop spear wall and spear wall. And we're going to move our swordsman up in the middle and see if we can get defensive. Nice. So we got 2 hits on the first web neck. So that strategy worked a little. I think we want to go sword because it'll do more damage overall. And the other thing we could try to do is shield bash and make them charge again. It could be interesting. But we won't. If he bashes 2, they bash 1 apiece. They could drop back into shield wall. We might get some more free hits. Let's see what our chances are. 81% chance we'll be able to do it twice. Let's see what happens. Getting a little bit tricky. And we miss one. That's okay. This is also, he's already been damaged. I think what we're going to do is just give him a thrust. Nice. And we got one extra free hit. Okay. I'm going to try to break free. Doesn't work. So being webbed, we lose 50% of our damage, 50% of our melee defense. Not good all around. What we're going to try to do is to free our ally. That also doesn't work. And try to free himself. That doesn't work. Free himself one more time. Free himself. Now he's too hard. Tired to move. Ruh-roh. This could be bad for Carl. Could be very bad for Carl. I'm trying to save Carl. He's down to 15 hit points. He's got some armor. Getting him out of the web might help. He's also poisoned. He's going to lose 5 hit points no matter what. I think Carl's going to die. In fact, we all may die. So, unfortunate turn of events. Get a good hit on that web neck. He's wounded now. I think my little experiment in getting crafty with my the shield bashes probably hurt us. So Hagar is taking hits now. Is covered in webs. We're going to try to free him. Oh, this is terrible. Oh. So that was not the plan. The band of the Faceless Amends have been defeated, either dead or perhaps worse, badly mangled. At least the crowds are happy. In the pits, any showing, even that which ends in demise, is a good showing. Ooh. Not good. Not good at all. We got rocked. So we have some potential frontliners in our pikemen. They both have good melee skills. We're going to need to, or we're going to look to armor them up and compose a new front line to recover a bit from the unfortunate events. So let's get everything cleared. See that third episode of this try, you get cocky again, you get dead. He looks like he's probably the most fit to take a heavy helmet, potentially the heavy armor. We're gonna give him Adara shield, Ardaga. Give Earthside. Earthside's got really no fatigue. We're gonna need some serious repairs. We're gonna give him a scythe because of his low fatigue and an arming sword on Junar. Yeah, just not good at all, not good at all, not good at all. We don't have much in the way of endurance in our front line here. It's about the best reshuffle that we can do to try and reform our front line after the disaster that has been befallen us from my bad decision making. I thought 4 Webnicks sounded kind of easy, and it turned out not to be the case. So we're probably going to need 26 tools to fix up our supplies. We're going to grab a set of tools. We're also going to grab, we have 3 days of food. I'm just going to grab another batch of rice. They're giving us nothing for the incense. We're going to call it there and try to head north and see if we make it back out of the southern sands. And there we go. Many nomad cutthroats to greet us. Probably not the start that we want. Saw a larger regiment. We can get them to spawn and give us some cover so we can run. I'd like to explore a little, but I think right now it's just about surviving until we get to the north. And that's not great. The outlaws, part of that, they're probably about 50-50, 3 and 3. You guys might be able to take them, but it's going to be a little rough. I don't really want to run all the way. back. We might be able to run this way and keep our fingers crossed that there's a way through. Or we could try and fight them. Our armor's all still pretty beat, not fully repaired. Alright, we're going to run back to here along the road. Then we're going to cut northwest along the coast and look for a crossing if we get lucky. That doesn't look very lucky. So we're going to move back south. Hopefully they're not on our ass. We should be able to cross here. Look for another crossing because we want out of the south. Might be able to get across here. Yep. Freaking. So we can try it. See if we get across. Something may spawn out of here. Let's see if we can make it. Oh no, it's not even going to let us all the way across. We probably would have needed another little sandbar. Pardon me while I smoke a cigar in mourning of the fine plan I had at the beginning of the episode completely falling apart. Which is kind of the fun of this game. Because you never really know. So we got nothing. We're going to try to make it back to town. Resupply. At least buy another batch of rice, maybe. Because we have more than enough funds. But we need food. We could potentially try to grab an indebted and put him in the back line with the pitchforks. Got in before dark. Food got cheaper since we left. I'm just gonna grab another thing of rice. Our guys may not be ecstatic at the variety, but we may survive. So we have 11 days of cash. I think that makes sense that we're gonna potentially the guys changed. Amira Redmeat. After his father's death, Amira took over the family butcher shop in Mooseburg, but rumors of animal torture eventually drove the Cleaver Swingers from his business. Amira's ears perk whenever a pig squeals. The same thing happens when a man screams. Sounds a little bit like a sadist. We could probably use a sadist in the party. May make more sense to go cheaper. 290 is going to spend almost half of our remaining cash, which should give us still enough time to make it north. We're going to take Amira and see what we get. So he is fearless. Has good melee. Really his only buff is on resolve and a light one on hit points. That's going to be fine for now. We're going to throw a Warfork on him. A bear headpiece. Some thick nomad robes. And he's going to backline for us in case we have to fight those nomads to get out of here. I'm also going to jump into the shop. And we're going to sell his cleaver. And we're going to sell his butcher's apron as unnecessary. Probably sell the animal hide armor too. Although it just kind of looks cool. Okay. Alright, we're going to try to get out of here again. Though normally dismissive of their overlords, the Northerners and the Southerners take to defending the lords and visors of their lands respectively. It seems the foil of having some cultural opposition has spurred heretofore unseen fealties. The arguments unwind into an actual fist fight, with not a lord around to be impressed. You break it up, telling them the only one they should look to impress is either you or each other as brothers in battles. And we get a bunch of light wounds, which is not an improvement. Perhaps traveling at night will give us a little more of a chance to get out of here. Morning will probably break by the point we get to where we ran into that nomad party. There they are. See if we can rush by them, stick into the roads. Looks like we may. That's their tracks. So, hello, hello. This is a lightly defended trading caravan from Isengrab, which I don't think we know where Isengrab is. Oh, no, we do. There he is. It's a little sketchy. These guys shouldn't make it to reinforce. We could use the experience fighting them, and we could use the cash. Let's just make sure everybody's equipped. We have a little damage on our guys, but nothing that I would be that concerned about. I want to run spears on the flanks and swords in the middle. Okay. We are not the greatest of parties, but we have plunder in front of us, and we are going to take it. We should have a ranged advantage, so I think they're going to come at us. There's 5 of them. We're going to hold for now. This caravan hand in the middle with the fancy mustache is likely the most worrisome because he's got the best armor and an axe. And then this guy in the back with the scram sacks is probably equally difficult. 40%, or we can aim a shot for 58. We're going to take the 58. And we miss. They shouldn't be able to get to us and attack, so we're just going to pass. They're out of javelin range. We are going to drop shield walls, spear walls. We don't charge all the way. shield wall. And try to pump 2 arrows into the caravan hand with the scram sacks. 1 hit. Damaged his tunic by about half, and himself by about a third. Maybe a quarter. Ooh, second arrow takes him. And hold. Alfgeir, our prolific javelin thrower from the earlier episodes. Gets him again, destroys his tunic, hurts his body. Second hit, nearly kills him, gives him stabbed guts. We're gonna shield wall, spear wall, spear wall. Didn't work out, but we'll survive, I think. So our new recruit, Amira, the sadistic butcher, is going to warfork the fancy mustachioed gent. Destroys his armor with a big hit. Hurts him decent. I'm going to try to pump 2 arrows into him too. Miss. Second hits. So he is near death with a grazed kidney. We're going to slash him, which kills him. We're going to shield wall. We're going to play this all safe. We're going to let Alfgeir kill his target. And we can't really get a good shot on the second guy without moving in. So we're going to hold. Anjar is going to slash him with the arming sword, destroying his armor, and gives him a body hit and cuts artery. Then we're going to drop our war dog into the mix, which should give us an extra attack. War dog starts mauling him and he breaks his... That was... Well, there you go. Flawless victory. Nice. So we should get something. We got quite a bit. So we got a lot of salt that we should be able to sell. Some strange meat and other provisions. Little cash, little medical supplies. And that scram sacks is a nice pickup too. A little higher fatigue than some of what we have. Does more damage against armor. I think it has higher top damage. So we're going to take everything. Now we need to still run like the wind. Excuse me. That last cigar puff went down a little far. And so the nomads get into it with that trading caravan, which should give us the cover we need to get out of Dodge. We finished repairing our armors. Let's take a quick look. The only happy one is the sadistic butcher, Amira. Let's compare for that scram sacks. He doesn't really have the fatigue for it, is the only thing. Ruth Ironside could use a little extra fatigue. We could give him the arming sword, but he's also... No, he's got Let's go that route. We'll deal a little more total damage and hurt his fatigue max a little bit less. A little more repairs to do, but that seems okay. If we can get to the north and sell that salt for a lot, we should be great. Another try-eating caravan, but a friendly one. So I have quite a long way to make it. Signs of battle. Goblin raiders. They will probably kick our ass. So we're gonna run. Oh, dang it. Alright, so hopefully the ones trailing us are too far behind to support these guys. We're gonna fight at night, which should reduce some of their ranged attack. Apologies that I'm playing it slow, but since it is Iron Man, there's no save scumming to survive a bad decision. So we're going to try to be considerate across the board and do what we can to live through this. Thinking about tossing on the Adarga shield onto Nazar to give him a little bit more range defense because of the skirmishing style of the goblins. And they're not really gonna charge us, so I think we're gonna switch everybody out to swords. And we're gonna see how it goes. We're going to take the high ground. We should probably put our javelin guy up there. So we got a tree and a bush that create a bit of a choke point. I'm going to move forward and shield wall. What we want to do is try to get close, but hold off their range damage. Yep, they are being standoffish. I'm going to go for this one guy without a shield in the middle. Maybe get some collateral damage if we miss. Off his shield. Get a nice hit on him. Move our pikemen into range. We're going to cover him with additional moves. But shit, that was a bad one. Wish I had undo for one turn. Like one bad move, because that was a bad one. Mainly because of the timing. These skirmishers are all going to go, and I just exposed red meat So we're going to back him back out. Bad move. A little bit of a waste. We're going to wait and try to move up after the attack. Alfgeir takes a bolo. So Ruthard is going to move up. We're going to try to get an attack on. We're going to try to get an attack on the skirmisher that's already got his sword out. That was a good one. Basically, nearly destroyed his light armor and got him. We're going to move Mutar forward. Keep moving forward. We'll get a surround on this goblin. The shield walls come down. So we're gonna do a full move to here, which we won't get an attack, but hey, we'll also keep these guys kind of locked into position. So he's wounded and his armor is damaged. We're going to go with the standard cleave. Hopefully 43% chance. Decapitate is 43% chance. Nice hit. He is near death and bleeding with a split shoulder. That should be a good thing. So we're going to jump to here. We should be able to move out next turn. So, historically, even with 25% chances, Alfgeir has been a reliable thrower. Gets him on the shield. So the bleeds get that goblin. We're in a good spot, it looks like. I'm trying to lob an aim shot at this goblin without a shield. Nothing. We're going to hold with our pikemen. We got a hit mostly off that goblin's helmet and wounded it. Miss on our second. We're going to flank him. Get a solid hit on his armor and damage him. Two hits off his shield. He swings back and gets a nice hit on our armor. We're going to move up our javelin thrower. We get a clean shot at this goblin. Still only 33%. It's at night. Nice hit. Damages his armor. Gives him a pierced side. He's got a pierced cheek and a pierced side. Gonna move into the middle. We have two wounded now. We're going to slash the one with the better chance. We finish him and unleash our dog. I was hoping he was going to get a good hit and kill that one, but he did not. We're going to move our pikeman down so he's in range on both the remaining dog goblins next turn. Dog is chewing on his shield. We get a hit. And try to lob an arrow in off the shield. I'm going to go for the goblin that we have a higher hit chance on. Misses. Move down one. I'm going to try one slash. We're going to try to knock him with our shield. Didn't work. That was to try to get him to break his spear wall. I'm going to throw 2 javelins. A lot of shield attack stuff going on. Misses. That was not a good round. Know how his shield's only taken 1 damage from those attacks. I think that goblin's getting tired. We decapitate one. He's still in pretty good condition. We're going to move him forward. We're also going to move a javelin guy forward. And throw a javelin into his back near death. Now fully death. Get behind him. He breaks his morale. Pretty successful. Ruthard and Mutar and Nazar, they all took a little light damage, but overall that was a pretty successful round. We don't pick up all that much interesting. Take a quick look at that bow. There's 1 less fatigue. It's a little more effective against armor. It's got a little bit shorter range. And less damage. I think the theory on general is all the goblin stuff is small. And therefore less fatiguing, but generally not that powerful in comparison to the human-sized equivalents. So, we get 2 upgrades. Mutar. Now that he's in the front line, we're going to want to buff his melee. We're going to want to buff his endurance. He's got 82 for initiative. We're going to buff his initiative as well. I'm going to give him the student perk. Try to get max value out of his experience going forward. Same with Nasser. We're going to buff his attack. We're going to buff his melee defense, and we're going to buff his initiative. And go with student. I think that's it for now. So we're still being chased by goblins, and it was a larger group that we do not likely want to tussle with. I had a feeling they might have been riders too. So we're going to keep moving. And it looks like, dang it. Another group, basically the same stats. We are now out of ammo. So Niels only has 5 arrows. Afgir has second set of javelins. Kind of tempted to toss the... Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to toss this bundle of bolos on a Niels to give him something else that he can use ranged in the meantime. And I think we're going to change his weapon to the pitchfork so that he can still backline if he runs out of arrows, which is likely. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid them. So, our second bad goblin skirmish is about to commence. So they're coming at us hard, but are exposed. Got a feeling the ambusher is probably in that bush. Going to take an aim shot. Miss. I'm going to charge these guys. We're going to do a move to here. Decapitated. Excellent. Move forward and shield wall. I'm going to pass on our pikemen. Move up. We get a nice hit with the javelin. I mean, I've never hit this much with javelins, I think, in any game ever than what we're doing with Nasser. We're going to make a larger move down. These guys are both with ranged weapons. They're not going to get an attack of opportunity. And I want to save movement or an open slot for Enjar to move down, but I didn't want to move him here to get him into a spot where I get attacked by 2. And then we're going to move Enjar in. We're going to try to decapitate this one. Second. Bring the pikeman in behind. Dang. Nasser took a bad hit there. Gonna do an aim shot at this goblin skirmisher. astray. Gonna move forward. Shield bash, but miss. That was to try to get him some space to survive a little cleaner. He's not really wounded, his melee and armor hit. He's going to do a slash at this goblin. Then we're going to shield wall. We're going to use Alfgeir's uncommon javelin prowess. Goes off the shield in a second. Move up our pikemen. Another hit off the shields. Coming in behind him. That goblin is now going to die from bleeding. And we're going to unleash our dog. We may lose our dog. He was just poisoned there. I'm going to try to lob a shot into the middle, see if we get anything, maybe collateral. We're going to hold until the other guys have had the chance to move. We're going to move Ruthard all the way in to try to grab some of the ambushers' attention off the dog. Long javelin throw and a second to no luck. I'll do one shot. I'm going to try a second. Second one gets through. Good damage on his armor. And injures him a little. No. Another hit that took out the rest of his armor and took him down to about half health. If we get lucky, we'll move forward onto the pikemen and do a prong jab. Miss. Dog is still alive. Little goblin is running. Got a good hit on that goblin. I'm gonna jump forward, try to lob a shot at him. Almost hit our own guy. Finish. He's breaking. We can wait, because that is the end. Another successful encounter with the friendly green goblins. Pick up some throwing nets, which I like. And we pick up a few extra arrows, which is also nice. So, let's re-equip, since it seems like there's goblins all over the place. And we must have picked up some ammunition in that last bit, too. So now we're going to throw the arrows into his belt to have a few extra. It'd be really nice if you could merge arrows, but I don't believe there's any way to do so. Alright, so we got a level up on Amira. I think we're going to go with his hit points, his fatigue, and his initiative. And we're going to give him student because we need to get some reasonably experienced guys since we killed all of ours in the arena just a little while ago. Now, Ruthard definitely needs fatigue. We're going to take the range skill just because it's a +4. And we're going to take initiative. Now for him, we have crippling strikes. I think we're going to backtrack and give him student. If this follows suit and we keep on moving north and keep on running into small groups of goblins, it might actually be a nice way to farm some experience as we move north. So, his armor is sort of beat. He's only got 36 on it. We got a 50 armor sitting in the backlog. We're going to drop it on him, and we're going to set that armor to repair in our inventory. We actually have 58 here, so we're going to do one better. Just try to keep as much armor in the front as we can. Shields are a little beat, but not terrible. Right, we're going to keep on moving. Let's see if it continues to be a goblin party. So we're way up. It's almost morning. We really want to get to Mooseburg or Wilkenstein. It might be interesting to kind of cut across here and try to figure out if there's a route. This water has to stop by at least here, so it may stop somewhere earlier, and that may just give us the chance to discover a quicker route across. Although it does look like there are some mountains through here that we might have to go around. It might be a little dangerous to go off-road in the middle of the night, and we might miss a caravan, and that would be ripe for the picking. So I'm going to change my mind. I was getting all philosophical on it, but I don't think it was all that worth contemplating. Get a little better sight lines because it's now daytime. We got something coming at us. More than likely, those little foot tracks are goblins. We are particularly low again on ammunition. We've got 54. We've got that fixed. Most of that can stay in place. Alright, so there are 7 of them. There are a couple more bowmen this time. I'm going to draw them back into the open ground. It does look like those mountains go all the way up, so it's unlikely there's a pass that we could reach. So we have had pretty good success cutting through them. I'm going to throw on the Lithothorax just because it has a few extra protection than the Nomad Robe. Okay. This should be survivable, but with the combination of poison and range attacks, you never really know. We're going to move to meet him. Right. So slightly bigger group. They're a little overconfident because they're charging us. Now in the daytime, Niels has a better shot at it. We're going to try to put 2 arrows onto this guy. First one misses. Second hit pierces his hand. We're going to move Ruthard up. And over, because we want to try to make some room for the other guys to also get into it. He's not going to be able to attack anybody, so we're going to move him forward and shield wall. I kind of screwed up. I'll move up. Miss with one shot. Nice hit on him. He's now bleeding too. Arrow gets around his shield wall. They are all faster than us. So that skirmisher nets us. Take an aim shot at him. 45. Goes into the dirt. Nice pierce on him with stab guts. Get our first kill. Nice hit. We're going to break out. We're going to let our dog out on the skirmisher. We're still in good shape. We're going to move forward into battle. Dog misses. Nice. Dog. Overzealous. There's no reason for you to charge up there like that. I think he is probably as overconfident as our bulldogs. We're going to wait and see what develops. We got our bowman. We can take 2 shots at that bowman. Get 1 hit injury. We're also going to remove him as a ranged threat by getting into melee range. We'll move up and spear our shield wall. Second time I said that. Nearly kill him with a javelin throw. Slash, shield wall, slash, shield wall. Going a bit more defensive, but we're still doing well. That shield wall does not hold up for him. So we have this goblin skirmisher who is now confident and moving on us. We're a bit damaged. We got 55 and 65. I'm going to take the 65 and try to kill this guy. He's not bleeding. We miss. Second is a charm. I'm going to use the pitchfork or the war fork. Miss. behind the lines. Take a shot at this guy because he's unarmored. Switch out to the War Cleaver on Alfgeir. Big hit. That goblin bleeds out. Muhtar is kind of taking a beating. See if we can reduce him by a war fork. Fork you. Gonna switch back to javelins. Move up. And we get a good hit. So he's got a pierced side, nearly no armor. We're gonna take an aimed. Actually not, we're gonna move here. Take a straight shot on this skirmisher. Miss him. Muhtar is pretty beaten. Armor's nearly gone. I'm gonna just move him back. No need to die in unnecessary heroics. I was thinking about going in there, but then he would have been exposed twice. He already had beat armor. Good. And they're retreating. We're gonna give chase. Nice hit with the bowman. I don't think we're going to catch him, but we're going to try, because all goblins deserve to die, especially since they attacked us. It's possible he may make a wrong turn on the way, and we may catch up. But his high initiative probably make him survive. Yeah. Okay, Muhtar got a bit beat up in that go round, but everything was survivable. That Cruel Falchion is a pretty decent little sword. So let's collect our loot and have a look. I don't think the Cruel 35-45. We sacrifice 10% against armor, but we get back a good bit more fatigue. So I think what we're gonna do is swap that on to him because he has less stamina overall. Get the arming server onto Enjar, and get the scram sacks onto Muhtar. That just gives us more damage dealing capacity between them. Actually, do this real quick. He's got the better melee. that will be our musical weapons. Still low on ammunition. Okay. We picked up some levels. So let's have a look. We want to buff his melee attack. We want to buff his fatigue. And we want to buff his initiative. And now I want to go for crippling strikes. We want to have our front line be as disabling as possible to the enemy. His armor is trashed. So we're going to rotate over the thorax, get a repair going on the hide and bone. Let's take a look at Enjar. Apologies, poker chip. What would that be called? Poker chip dysfunction. I think we're going to go health, and we're going to go endurance. Perks here. I want to have student across the board. I really want to try to earn up some experience on our new young guys. I'm going to add some melee defense, since that is his particular talent. We're going to add crippling strikes onto him. So we now have a front line who are inquisitive students and crippling attackers, which seems like a nice combination. I'm going to throw a hat on him and set this one to repair, just in case we get attacked again as we pass through the forest, because it seems like there are an awful lot of goblins out. You're going to add another stack of arrows in case the same happens. Okay, feeling pretty decent. Actually, all of these guys are feeling pretty decent. Yeah, they were not happy. They were about as happy as I was with the results of that arena fight. All right, let's charge forward. See what we have to find. Did we run into anybody else in the forest pass? We did not. Getting some intel on the swamp. We're out of tools and we need quite a few. So we really just want to get to Mooseburg and get some stuff sold and get ourselves resupplied a bit. Take the road through the swamp to Mooseburg. We made it before nighttime set in. Got an armor here. Let's see if the tavern. Mercenaries aren't very popular around these parts. They kill, plunder, and pillage like common brigands. So I don't expect to be greeted with cheers and flowers. Alright, alright. Get it? Okay, so let's take a look at the marketplace. We do have a lot of goblin gear. I don't think we need any of it. So we're going to sell all the goblin daggers and knives and bows. I'm not sure we're going to go Bola or need to. Ooh, I got more dogs. I would like to buy all your dogs. I don't think we're going to have the money for it. We're not going to need these. I'm not going to wear goblin shields. I don't think we have found carrying around these nomad maces useful. Don't think we're going to go Bola. We're getting more for our salt than it is worth, and more for our incense than it is worth. So that was a profitable trip north. Tools and supplies are decently priced. Ammunition is overpriced. We could pick up some dogs. But let's have a look at what kind of menagerie are available for hire. You get a deserter for about half our cash, a little more. And another butcher from the Red Meat clan, similar to our own. An expensive farmer. A disowned noble. Maybe Heartmut red meat, and we throw another pike back into the mix. I'd like to see us get another Warfork or better. Yeah, so 290 and 464, and we got another pikeman, and that's not a terrible result. What else have we got to see in here? It's not a bad price mail shirt. Let's take a look at the armor. Excuse me, a little tired. It's a little more expensive of a mail shirt. Some joint covers and pauldrons. Okay. I think with where we are, mainly we want to try to fortify what we have, potentially get some mild improvement, and go continue to caravan hunt, I think. So we're going to definitely buy their tools. Then we're going to buy one set of ammunition. On this front, we're not going to carry 3 sets of arrows because we'll never really get off 30 shots in a fight, most likely. A little trim on headgear overall, I would say. And we are going to hire Hartmut Redmeat, our second butcher. Hopefully he doesn't have bad traits. Let's see. He is a little slow. Yeah, well, stuff happens. Hartmut Redmeat. And we are going to buy the Warfork. We'll sell some of this extra equipment. We no longer need to hold on to the pitchfork. I think we're out of the short sword business. I don't really think we even need the militia spear. I don't think we need the scythe. So that should put us in a little more decent of a position with 2 pikemen. We'll repair this up and get him in a little better armor out of the net. We got little thorax there. Alright, and we got our we're gonna move some stuff around a little and get lighter equipment onto our guys with less endurance. So that keeps us up around 70, high 60s across the board. I think we're gonna get the extra bit of armor onto our pikemen on the flanks. We'll repair that. We're going to repair that. We're going to repair that. Basically, as backup. That may use up most of our tools remaining. And I think we have enough food. And we have a good bit of gold. Let's take a look in here. Like a Ferrari dealership, though. Way too nice, can't touch. Alright, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna get out of Mooseburg, and our goal, ooh, there we go. Let's see. There is a caravan ripe for the picking, another from Eisengrab. They are really not going to like us. We're going to follow them until morning so we don't hurt our chances. We're going to get ahead of them. Make sure there's nothing ahead of us. And we're going to wait right here. It's done. Not sure if Wolkenstein will support them. I don't think so. Yeah, they did not. All right. Welcome to the Band of the Faceless. They're going to charge because they don't have any ranged guys. Get off a couple shots. First blood. You know, the one thing I didn't get in that last town was we should have bought a dog. Now we're pretty much fully armored and ready. We're gonna charge and attack. They're broken. We're not going to waste the ammunition on him. There might be two guys in the bushes somewhere. Move up, see if we find anything. Not in that bush. Oh, I guess it was just the donkeys. Alfgeir gains a level. We took down that with fair ease. Got some nice salt. We sold salt for a good price in Mooseburg. So I think we're going to go back there and trade in our salt for a dog or two. Alfgeir, now the most experienced guy in the group. We're going to up his ranged attack because he has been fairly ranged. I'm going to give him a little more health. I'm going to take the 5 on initiative. Now, perks-wise, we are going to give him a throwing mastery. And bump his potential damage. Because that is what Alfgeir does. Is throws javelins really accurately and kills a lot of guys. Let's get back down to Mooseburg. Krakendorf. I don't think we've been to Krakendorf, so that must be to the south. I think we're going to go investigate. Alright, we're gonna end up with only 5 tools when we're done. Salt is selling. Bingo. That was a nice pickup. We'll sell this junk. Junk is a strong word, but, you know, And does the armor have any dog armor? He does not. Does the market have any dog armor? It does not. We're going dogs across the board. A, I like dogs. B, they tend to kill a lot of guys. We're going to give Skull the war dog to Enjar. We're going to give Ritter the war dog to Mutar. And we're going to give Faust the war dog to Ruthard Earthside. Right, so 50. We get the headdress onto y'all. It's a 95. It's already improved up to 74. We're gonna get the hide and bone onto you. And I honestly want to protect Alfgeir, so we're going to drop the better armor onto him. And that will be the peak of our adjustments. So now we traded in the lives of an innocent caravan for a whole bunch of dogs. And we're going to get a little more ammo. Now we're going to try to go south. So that guy came from Krakendorf. We have not been to Krakendorf. So the guess is that it's down along this southern road somewhere, since that's the direction that company came from. It's one of the things that I really do like about the unexplored map angle of this game, is that you just kind of have to figure out what's going on. I'm going to jump out onto this hill, see if we see anything. Nothing in particular. Down to Salsweld. Night is falling. Move up out of this hill. Alright, we are being shaded by many brigand thugs and a raider. We can probably kick that ass. One raider is not particularly scary. We have an equal number of troops. We're better equipped than most thugs. So the raider would probably be the only real concern. And we could throw these throwing nets into the mix and even kind of lock down one of him. Take a quick look. All this meat, yeah, is going to start spoiling on us. So we don't have as much food as it may appear. Let's see if they come for us. They are not coming for us. It's nighttime. We get a debuff on our ranged weapons, so I think we're just going to continue. So, my guess is Krakendorf lays down here. Looks like the stream got a little choppy there for a bit. Apologies, Hillbilly Mountain Internet. Although, it's better than it has been in a long time. And we have found Krakendorf on the shores, across from where we had been investigating in the south. Yeah, it looks like there was just another cough of internet. Hope it's recording okay. We'll have to see. So it is a small fishing village with a few humble huts. They have disappearing villagers. Villagers have been disappearing from this town, putting everyone on edge. Fewer potential recruits to be found. And the people are going to deal less favorably with us. And it's a 2-skill contract. Let's have a look at the market. Everything's rather expensive. They do have a lot of fishing nets available. And their fish isn't that badly priced. So what is killing the villagers? And do we want to kill it? I think so. I'm going to assume that that is what the contract is. Let's take a look at the men for hire. Aldemar is a caravan hand. He's potentially got some skills we might find useful. Let's get Ludolf the fisherman. A down on his luck gent. Let's see what we get for the contract. Alfgeir the Wise got his feet up on the table when you enter. He puts his hands behind his head, looking a little too relaxed for your tastes. Good tidings, Captain. What say you take a leave from all that killing and dying? He raises an eyebrow at your response, which is precisely none at all. Huh, I figured you'd jump on that opportunity. No matter. It was a lie. I needed to take a certain package to Ragnar of Wolkenstein, a fellow residing in Wolkenstein. This cargo has undoubtedly garnered some ill-intentioned eyes, which is why I need your men watching it for me. If you're interested, which you should be, let's talk numbers. Let's talk money. Takes a deep breath. What I'm prepared to offer you is 50 crowns in advance and another 220 when we're done. 270 for 2 crowns of difficulty. Although Wolkenstein is not that far away because we've been there before. It's just basically to the north. So we're going to try to get some more cash. 60 and 240, so 300 crowns to get up there. I'm going to take that. Accept your offer, sir. So it's about a day north by road. Accept that contract. There's really nothing much left to do. We're going to exit. Wolkenstein is right there. So we're going to just go straight across the plains. Clear a little more map. Those brigands are probably around here somewhere. That looks like their footsteps. Yep. I think they're coming for us. No? I think we're coming for them. They might be a little too fast on the roads. See if we close on them. This is going to be the last battle of the stream. Got some shut-eye and resume in the morning. Alright, just double check our guys are properly prepared. We got swords and dogs. Swords and dogs. It's the only guy without a dog. We got our ranged guys set up. And we have our pikemen. Just for toots and giggles, we're gonna toss our nets on our belts and see if those come into any useful play. All right, so that's the raider up there. He's in Lamalar. Looks like he has a hand axe. We also have a brigand here with a scram sacks. a Dudengang thug, and a woodcutter's axe thug. We're going to go ahead and wait on them. We're going to skip. We're going to wait with our ranged guy. We're going to skip on our pikeman. Going to go shield wall on our front line. Shield wall again. It's a funny little bug. Okay, so they are presenting. We got a shield wall. So I think based on the lay of the land, we're going to try to take out their axemen. Get one hit on him with our arrow. Nothing significant. Then Alfgeir, the master javelin thrower, gets hits across the board. So if we move up, we can get a hit off for 4. That'll leave us with 3. We're going to do that and try to kill this guy. Although all of them get to go after that. So Ruthard Ironside is not going to do that. You get a little initiative jump out there and get kind of frisky with it, but I think we are going to shield wall and pass. We're going to pass and wait for the charge on our pikemen. The brigand changes up the throwing axes. So Muhtar is going to miss. Basically have an unarmored set here. We're going to put the dog between them. The dog's going to eat the Dudengang guy. Nasar gets a great hit on this brigand thug and gives him a bleed. Second hit destroys most of his armor, wounds him further, and gives him a second bleed. Scramsack's doing its job. We're going to follow up, try to kill him with an arrow, and we do. One of the brigands charges, gets a spear poke into Nasar. Alfgeir is going to send his javelins into this brigand and probably kill him. Big swing and a miss. You get one nice hit there. We're going to drop the dog in between and see what it does. Nothing much. See if we can kill this thug with the axe since he's dangerous. Use the Warfork to kill that thug and miss the axeman. Dog breaks him. So they're breaking across the board, but we still have these two who have not. We're going to move up to get a clean shot on this brigand. Nice kill. We're going to try to clear a path. We're going to hit that brigand. We'll wait here. Move forward. He's shield walled. Attack it to no avail. Decapitate him. We got a break. We got him to break. Lay down the dog to give the dog some tasty victuals. Down. I'm not going to throw any more range stuff into the mix. Get a poke on him with our war. We're going to try to just decapitate him for style. All right. Enemy destroyed in 4 rounds. Nacer took a little bit. Everybody else seemed to escape fairly well. The only thing we really come out of that with that's interesting is the hand axe. Maybe the throwing axes. One less use than our javelins, though. Did pick up some ammunition to probably replace what we used. And some gold. Take it all. Alright, move back north. Anything we wanted to swap in? We wanted to level up a couple guys, so... Myra Red Meat. We're going to give him health, fatigue, and initiative. For perks, we're going to give him crippling strikes. I would imagine by now you sense the pattern. I'm going to take fatigue and initiative. Even though it's only 2, because he's our archer, we're going to bump his ranged attack again. And we're going to give him bow mastery to increase his range. Excellent. 70. We're going to repair it from scratch. Gives us a light buff. We only have 9 tools. We already need them all. We're not going to repair that thing. That dirty old rag. While marching down the road, you find a man with a broken cart by the side of the path. By the wagon, there is a donkey standing idle and as defeated as a donkey can look. The trader looks a little better than that, and your appearance seems to have scared him. He rears up, backing away momentarily. Have you come to take my things? If so, you needn't kill me. Take what you want. We tend to be taking stuff from carts, so we're going to take everything we can. You order the men to search the cart and take what they can. Amira Red Meat draws a sword and looks ready to slay the donkey, the animal looking stupidly at its own mortality and the reflection of the blade. The merchant cries out, and you hold your hand out, staying the execution. Leave the draught enema where it stands. The trader offers meager thanks as a line of your men walk behind him, his very goods in their hands. And we get a batch of bread. Take it. You can't really fault the fact that raiders, our band who started as raiders, but who no longer have any surviving barbarians from our initial troop. Just trying to kind of scout these mountains, clear off some map, and we're going to get up to Wolkenstein. Ragnar of Wolkenstein welcomes you, and a few of his men hurry over to take the cargo. He claps you on the shoulders. I take it your journey went well? You spare him the details and inquire about your pay. Bah, a sellsword through and through. Erling, get this man what he deserves. One of Ragnar Wolkenstein's bodyguards walks over and hands you a small chest of crowns. We get 240. Well deserved. We are going to camp outside of town until morning. And at dawn, have a look inside. So Wolkenstein is suffering from ambush trade routes and disappearing villagers. Has two skull contracts available. Let's take a look in the marketplace. Everything's rather expensive, likely because of those two challenges that the town is facing. There's not much that interesting available by the way of goods. There's only a couple people for hire. Both are thieves. Which, we are thieves, so could be. Interesting. Maybe. Listen to what they had to say in the tavern. There's a place called the Forsaken Ruins in the swamps to the north. Okay. What does the armor have? Not that much. Tasty Colorado mountain well water. I think we are going to call this to a close. Streams have gone just about 2 hours. It seems to always be a healthy cutoff point, at least for myself. Really do. We need 5 more tools to finish repairing our stuff. It's rather expensive, but I think we're gonna go ahead and take that on. We can sell some of the stuff that we have little interest in or clear some inventory space for. Sort of interested in the hand axe. It might be useful to have some capability to do some shield bashing. I don't think we're going to need the hide armor anymore, even though it looks cool. I think we can sell the most banged up shield. Not really interested in the two-handed Godin Dag. Skullhammer is cool, but we need a bigger, tougher guy. We're going to sell the Malicious Spear. And we're going to buy some overpriced tools. I'm going to leave, so that gets kind of registered. Have a look. Okay, we'll start working that down. Everything else is in line. So, we have achieved what we were after. We were down in Hakim al Ramal at the beginning of the episode. the south is a little challenging for us. We lost our most experienced guys in the arena down there fighting webnecks, which was unfortunate. The hope had been to buff a little extra cash for the trip, and it turned into a bloodbath. But on the way back, we fought some nomads and fought a fair number of goblins, which gave us enough gear, and a few caravan raids later, we have the beginnings of a decent raiding party. Still mostly inexperienced. The only original member who's been there for the whole 24 days is Alfgeir, and he has turned out to be a fair killer with crude javelins. And we have expanded out as much as possible for now. I think this is going to be a good cutoff point. We're going to start running some contracts for Wolkenstein, maybe get over to Brunland and run some contracts there. Try to get to friendly relations with at least one of these towns. Kind of guessing there's another one down here too. And achieve our first task. And then potentially see what comes next. For us, being Northern Raiders and that being our primary origin, we're going to likely continue to try to run roughshod on the caravans, use that to get ourselves as well equipped and as fully staffed as possible, and see what lies ahead. But regardless of the early misstep, the Band of the Faceless has made it through a third episode and into about its seventh and a half hour of existence, which proves to be a fair bit more successful than our prior run at it in the first 3 episodes of this VOD series. So enjoying it. I hope you are, if you're watching. And we have a lot more to discover, and we're going to pick this up the next time. Probably early AM my time, Colorado Mountain tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.